Jean, the acting Grandmaster for Knights of Favonius, the Yeet Archon, the Armpit Empress, the Cloud Viewer, is an anemo sub-DPS and healer or physical fall damage dealer and more. It's basically everything you want, even as your body pillow in bed. Anyways, in this video, I'll be explaining Jean's kit, talents and leveling prioritization, constellations, artifact builds, recommended weapons, and recommended team comms. I've already done a guide on Kaching, so do check it out if you are interested. Timecodes are in the description, so do skip ahead on which info you would like to look on. Anyways, my name is PP and welcome to a Genshin Impact guide video. Now let's talk about how Jean works. She is basically every character you need. She can heal, she can deal damage, she can generate particles, and is also a good crowd controller. Jean is a sword-wielding character that deals anemo damage with both her elemental skill and burst. Her elemental skill, Gale Blade, deals anemo damage. You can either press it to knock back and swirl enemies, or hold it and gather all of them into a small loop, then releasing it at one go. The multiplier for her skill is quite high, dealing 400% at talent level 6, and has a 6-second cooldown, which is not bad and not great at the same time. If you are running with a quick swap comp, she will have her cooldown ready at all times, but if you're running her on field alone, the cooldown may feel very long. Note that you will consume stamina when holding the skill. Me personally, I like to hold the skill. Why? Cause I like to look at the clouds, bro. Jean's elemental burst, Dandelion Breeze, creates a dandelion field, which 1. Deals anemo damage and launches surrounding enemies, 2. Heals all your characters in the party to full health almost every time, and 3. Regenerates HP for the character that is active on field and in her burst. The only downside to elemental burst is the 80 energy cost, which is actually not that bad since she is an anemo unit, and if any of you are not aware, for some reason, anemo units generates the most particles. Extra bonus tip, you can try a mechanic called Jean Fall Damage Abuse, which is charge attacking an enemy, then pull them down by holding your skill, then yeet them up into the air, and wait them to fall. This is best done on enemies like the Fatui agents as they take more physical damage. I tried with the big dude, but it's so hard to yeet him, man. He too heavy. Talent leveling prioritization, Elemental Burst, since it gives the most benefits and deals the most damage. Then elemental skill next, since it also is a damage dealing skill. Then auto attacks. I would suggest leveling up every talent since her auto attacks are also useful, which says in her passive talent, Wind Companion. When hitting an enemy with Jean's normal attack, she has a 50% chance of regenerating all party members 15% of her attack as HP. Yeah. Basically, you can still heal when Jean is not using her burst. She also will regenerate 20% of her energy after using her elemental burst, which means her 80 energy cost does not actually matter in this case. And last passive, Gilding Breeze, will let you have 12% chance of doubling a restoration dish when you cook using Jean. That way, if you somehow die with Jean in the party, don't worry since you can restore with the eggs that Jean cooked for you. Wait, there's a cooldown. Constellations. C1 increases the pull speed of the skill by 1 second and deals 40% more damage. C2, when Jean picks up an elemental orb or particle, all party members will gain 15% attack and movement speed. C3 increases all damage by 3 levels. C4, after Jean uses her burst, enemies inside her field has anemo resistance decreased by 40%. C5 increases the yeet skill by 3 levels. C6, while in the field of Jean's ult, incoming damage is reduced to 35%, but after leaving the field, the effect lasts after 3 attacks or after 10 seconds. Summary to her constellations. C1, C3, C4, and C5 are all increased DPS focused ones, while C2 and C6 are mainly for gameplay and support capabilities. By the way, one thing before you continue, do like the video, it helps a lot. Artifact builds. For pre-AR45 players, 3-star or 4-star options would be 2-piece resolution for extra attack and 4-piece for extra charge attack damage, 2-piece Braveheart for extra attack, and a 4-piece for increased damage, 2-piece martial artist for extra normal and charge attack damage, and a 4-piece for increased damage after using elemental skill, or the 2-piece gambler for extra elemental skill damage. For endgame players, 4-piece Vedesen Hunt is currently best in slot for a skill and burst DPS Jean, as it shreds elemental resistance of enemies after dealing swirl, and for that, you'll deal more elemental damage. If you're running low on attack, a 2-piece Glad Ocean Manawa with a 2-piece Vedesen is also viable but suffers from not having the 4-piece Verdescent Shred, so you won't deal increased elemental damage after swirling enemies. If you're using Jean as only a burst DPS and only for heals, the 4-piece Noblesse is recommended as it does extra burst damage while buffing up your other character's overall damage. A 2-piece Noblesse and a 2-piece Verdescent is also a build that you can use if you don't have a 4-piece set at the moment. An unconventional build will be a 2-piece Pale or Bloodstain with 2-piece Glad or Shimenawa for a charge attack physical Jean build. But this is not recommended as it drains a lot of your stamina due to a lot of charge attacking animations and you need to manage your stamina wisely. Specifically, for Sans, attack percentage, or you can go for energy recharge, but not recommended since she can still get her burst with a decent amount of energy recharge already. For Goblet, any more damage bonus for extra skill and burst damage, or attack for more healing. For Circlet, crit rate or crit damage based on what you need. A healing bonus Circlet won't be necessary as she heals enough without it already. And note that she ascends with healing bonus as you level her up. So yeah, a healing bonus Circlet is not needed. Recommended weapons. 5-star options. Jade Cutter. Best weapon for any sword wielding character with the passive that gives you an extra percentage of attack based on your max HP. Skyward Blade for high base attack while having energy recharge as a sub stat. Summit Shaper can be used due to its secondary stat which is attack percentage and great overall if used with a shield character in your party. Or Aquila Favonia with physical damage bonus as secondary stat. Running a hybrid, animal and physical Jean would be nice, but the build will then be complicated. For 4-star options, the Flute for extra damage after stacking normal and charge attack for a total of 5 times. Black Sword for the Battle Pass weapon. This is also viable as it gives 20% extra normal and charge attack to Jean, which you will auto a lot and regenerates HP for yourself every time you crit. Sacrificial or Favonia Sword for better team energy management. For free-to-play options, Blackcliff Longsword for easier crit builds but will cost your star glitter. Prototype Ranker for a budget version of the Aquila or the Amenoma. Not recommended but great if you suffer from old uptime. And if you don't have any of the weapons above, Harbinger of Dawn is viable for easier crit builds or the Skyrider Sword for better energy management. Team comps. Jean is very versatile and can fit in a lot of team comps like Benny. But she really can't be used as a main DPS. Mainly a sub DPS in a party of 4 is the best option. The most popular comps used in the Abyss right now is in a Xiao comp, which consists of Jean, Albedo, Zhongli, and Xiao. Albedo and Zhongli mainly for sustainability and Jean as a sub DPS and battery for Xiao. You can also run Jean with any of your main DPS. For example, in a Keqing comp that has Keqing as a main damage healer with Xingqiu as support and Jean as a sub DPS and healer, a 2-in-1. And as for the last slot can be anyone like Zhongli for sustainability or Beidou for extra electro damage. But do take note, Hu Tao can't run with Jean as she heals too much to the point where Hu Tao will lose damage. I'll explain it more on my Hu Tao video, so stay tuned if you're into that. Thanks for watching this video. If you find this video helpful in any way, do drop a like, subscribe to see more vids like this, and comment on what other videos you would like to see. And remember, stay F2P.